This week on the Computer Chronicles, going to school online. We'll show you the University of Phoenix, where you can earn almost any degree by going to class on the internet. If you're interested in corporate training online, this is SmartForce, one of the leaders in e-learning. WebCT is an internet-based tool being used by college professors to add web components to their classroom courses. And if you're more interested in K-12 learning, this is BigChalk.com, a great tool for teachers and parents. Getting an education online, coming up next on the Computer Chronicles. Computer Chronicles is made possible in part by PC to PC, the online computer migration service from PC First, moving files, applications, and preferences from your old computer to your new one. Additional support is provided by Upside Events, presenting the Digital Lifestyle Revolution Conference, where people and technology intersect. Hi, and welcome to the Computer Chronicles. I'm Stewart Cheifet. Well, it seems clear by now that the internet and e-commerce are challenging bricks and mortar stores for the hearts and wallets of people wanting to shop. What is even more interesting now is that the internet and e-learning is beginning to challenge bricks and mortar schools for the hearts and minds of people wanting to learn. And we're going to start our look at internet-based learning with the nation's largest accredited private university offering a full spectrum of courses online. That is the University of Phoenix. And this is Michael Berkowitz, Director of Enrollment. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Stuart.
Tell us a bit about the University of Phoenix. I know we tend to think of that in terms of online education. Is that a real or old-fashioned traditional university with buildings somewhere, too?
Absolutely. We're in almost 20 states with about 60 campuses.
All right. Now, what is the focus of what you guys do online? As a matter of fact, why don't we just take a look here? If I were a student, I wanted to take one of the courses from your university online. How do I do it? What's the process look like?
Probably easiest through the internet. However, you can contact us by phone as well. You want to learn about the University of Phoenix as well as the online campus. Mm-hmm. And certainly the easiest way to do it is through the internet.
Right, and the URL is actually what here? uoponline.com?
Uh-huh,
okay.
It certainly is. The first thing I'd be looking at is what program I was interested in.
So you offer regular degree programs, undergraduate, graduate degrees?
We offer a full range of both undergraduate and graduate degrees.
And so what do we have here?
Well, and we even do have a doctoral degree online. 23 different degrees. They break out about half and half, graduate, undergraduate, but primarily business, technology, with also healthcare and education.
All right, so I can get my bachelor's degree, I can get my PhD at the University of Phoenix. All right, now, what kind of student is this geared to? Is it, who's going to use the University of Phoenix as opposed to just showing up on campus one day in September?
It's actually focused at the adult, the full-time professional.
So somebody who has a full-time job and wants to go to school at night or part-time or something?
This program is designed for them. And they can actually go full-time without leaving work or other personal responsibilities.
Now explain the basic notion of this. I mean, you call this asynchronous. In other words, the class doesn't meet Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 o'clock, right?
It's actually 24/7 online, and that's the convenience of it. It has some flexibility with respect to, while you have to participate in class on a regular basis, you can go anytime you want, day or night.
All right, so you have I see a kind of how it works section there. Just let's click on that. What would that get us? That sort of explains the process of the education here?
Well, and it's going to give a brief synopsis. Essentially, the way it works is, if you're familiar with email, this is the type of format that you'll be comfortable in. It allows for you and a small number of students, and really that's one of the benefits of the University of Phoenix Online. We couple you with approximately 10 students and your professor.
The typical class size might be 10.
Correct.
And it's really kind of like a news group, though, really, isn't it?
It is.
And like threaded discussions between the professor and the student?
Exactly. There are specific areas that you have access to and your professor does, other students do. You work together as well as meeting learning objectives that are assigned on a daily, weekly, and per course.
Okay, and if it suits me, if I want to go to class at 3 in the morning, I mean, I can do that at the University of Phoenix, right? I just log on.
A lot of students do.
Do my thing. All right, now what are you talking, I see you have faculty up there. What is the quality of the faculty that teaches me here?
Well, one of the unique aspects of the University of Phoenix is that we use practitioner faculty. That's a professor that...
have a day job.
That's correct. He is an expert in his specialized field, and he has to be working in that field to qualify to be an instructor. At this time, we have over 1,600 faculty members servicing about 21,000 students.
And I take it this is open admissions. I mean, if I want to do this, I can do it. I don't have to, do I have to meet any prerequisites or anything?
Well, certainly you do. You have to qualify with respect, if it's a graduate degree, you do have to, we're a regionally accredited school, you have to meet all the eligibility.
But in terms of an undergraduate degree, I mean, if I want to do it, I can do it?
Absolutely.
Okay. What else? Let's talk about it says tuition and fees there. What does it cost me to attend this university online compared to the traditional bricks and mortar university?
Well, I would probably tell you that it is slightly more expensive.
Really?
It is. Not only and again, 10 students in a class, not 25 to 400. So the per class cost might be more. Yeah, undergraduate it is approximately $1,200 and graduate $1,500.
Now, what about the quality? My concern would be how good is this degree I'm going to get from the University of Phoenix online? You know, what will my potential employer think about it?
Our university caters to about 65% of our student body is subsidized by companies, and I would tell you we have students from every major company there is.
Okay, thank you very much, Michael.
You're welcome, Stewart.
All right, well, much of the education and training that takes place these days doesn't happen in a high school or college. It happens in the workplace. And there, too, the internet is changing the way that employees learn. And one of the leaders in the professional education market is SmartForce. And this is Greg Priest, the company's chairman and CEO. How you doing, Greg?
Hi, Stewart. How are you?
Give me an idea of how this is being used in the workplace. Is sort of internet training replacing, you know, putting everybody in that hotel room for a week, or is it kind of augmenting that?
It's really supplementary. What we're really doing for the most part is taking a situation where maybe you'd send somebody for, say, new hire sales training for 3 weeks into a hotel environment. You might do 2.5 weeks of that online now, and still do a couple of days of the very focused things that you really feel you have to do in person to really make it successful.
So what's the balance there? What do you feel, you're an expert at this, you can do best in that physical hotel room setting, and what can you do best online?
The things that you can do best in the physical setting are the things where you require immediate human interaction. Now, a lot of that stuff you can actually do online through chat rooms and everything else. But if I want to take sales training as an example, if I want to present a proposal to a customer and have my manager feed back to me exactly how I'm doing, that's something you can do real well, in person. You can do it online, but and in fact you should do it online, but you should also have that in-person kind of.
All right, let's take a look at what you guys do. Basically, you sort of provide the engine for companies who want to do the training, right?
We provide the infrastructure, including content, the whole platform for actually putting one of these in place.
All right, so E-Trade is one of your customers, right? I mean, they're doing their staff training using your stuff. Just give us an example of what they would do with it.
Sure. So this is the home page. This E-Trade uses it in order to educate customer service professionals who have to deal with customer inquiries. I mean, that's a big issue for an online brokerage firm, is the quality of customer service. So they have all of their customer service people come into the home page. It's got a variety of different options. Here as an example, you'd go into the learning paths that are created for people. Here, E-Trade assigns to each individual a curriculum that they're pushed through, and that curriculum includes a variety of different kinds of content, from you were talking about asynchronous content that you do offline to content that's a live interaction. So, for example, here's an example, we'll skip the intro here, of a program where you have a streamed audio and video presentation.
So you actually might use audio, video, a traditional instructor talking at you.
That's right. And this isn't one of our instructors. This is actually an E-Trade person talking about, here's our new mobile trading initiative, and here's what we want you to do as you interact with that. So it can include generic material from us about how to be an effective customer service professional to something from the customer themselves, and we provide the tools to the customer to help them build that content.
From E-Trade's point of view, why do they do this? Is this better? Is it less expensive? Is it both?
Well, it's certainly less expensive, particularly if you've got a global situation where you're trying to get the same kind of material to people in a global setting. It can be more effective because there's certain things you can do online. We were talking, there's some things you can do offline better. There's some things you do online better because of the convenience of being able to do it on your own time. Also reduces time people are off the phone, which is a key issue in a call center environment like E-Trades.
How about another situation like continuing professional education? Do you do stuff like that where the accountant has to, get a certificate to keep his credentials or whatever?
Sure. Robert Half, they're a staffing firm that basically is high-end staffing. So a lot of people who are accountants or basically professionals of one kind and another, and continuing education is critical for them. Both for when they go to their customers, they need to be able to say, we have quality people, and for their staff, that's one of the benefits of working for Robert Half is keeping up that, that professional education. So when you go into a learning path here, you can actually search differently. You don't actually have to go through that tree structure or curriculum structure. You can search and find exactly what you want. And when you go in at Robert Half, you're going in and before you even get into the class, they tell you, here's how you get your continuing education. So when you get done with the class, they give you a certificate.
You actually get a little certificate.
That actually gets printed out of the system. You can take it into the government. We even have a program where we give you information about every single state. How do you send it in? How do you get that CPE?
Qualify to get that next level or whatever.
That's right.
All right, now I saw on your homepage there you had something called Ecademy. What is that, Greg?
Yeah, Ecademy is a large consulting firm really wanted to create a program that was integrated with their own back-end system. So when you log into Ecademy, as I'm doing here, you're actually logging in not only to the learning system, but to staffing systems where people are put on different kinds of deals, to a whole variety of back-end systems. So it's very integrated with the overall environment.
Okay. Is this kind of quick learning thing where you want to get staff up to speed real fast on a particular issue?
Yeah, here, I mean, what you've got is a situation where if somebody, say you get a phone call from a customer who says, hey, I'd like to talk to you about an e-market program that I'm thinking of initiating. You don't know anything about it. You can go in. They have these things called quick learns that they've created. There's a whole series of them. Here I've got the e-markets one, and basically it's a streamed flash animation, very quick, so you can take it in about 10 minutes.
Right, so
you can have an intelligent conversation. Oh yeah, it's everything from animation, streamed audio and video.
All right, finally, Greg, you guys at SmartForce actually use your own tools to train your own staff, your sales guys, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. We actually created a full program. There's about 8 modules up here that we show that replaced or supplemented what used to be a 3-week-long program. Now it's only a couple of days.
It works for you, I assume?
Yeah, it's great.
All right, thank you very much, Greg. All right, coming up next, clicks and mortar in higher education and in K through 12. Don't go away, there's more to come. While most college students still attend traditional bricks and mortar schools, the internet is playing an increasingly important role for the student and the professor. The most popular integrated e-learning system in the world is called WebCT, and here to show us how it works is Merle Mason, Academic Technology Manager at the College of Notre Dame. Hi, Merle.
Hi, how are you,
And I guess,
Stewart?
to be fair, you guys have just changed the name of your college, right? Which is now?
Notre Dame de Namur University.
Okay, so just to get that straight. Now, let's talk about how, I'm on the faculty at your college. How would I use WebCT to do a better job at running my classes, teaching my students?
Okay, first of all, the course could be fully online, but more commonly, these are what you would call web-enhanced courses, where you still have face-to-face class meetings, but in between class you have assignments that you go up on the web in a password-protected environment and actually complete those assignments.
All right, so I'm an instructor. Let's go over here to the website, and what are the options I have? How would I set up the internet component of my course?
Okay, first of all, what we're looking at is a course homepage. It's a course for a demo course I created to teach WebCT. And on the left side, you'll see a panel with part of it says control panel visible to designers, and the rest is course menu. Students are going to see this. Faculty sees both.
All right, so there's a faculty view, there's a student view.
That's right.
Okay.
I'm now in the faculty view, more tools, and I'll just jump right off the bat to this view designer map. And when I do, once the designer map loads, that's a good place to kind of look to get the overview of the kind of things you can do. Here's where if I selected different ones of these, I could add tools or pages, they call them, to my course.
Okay.
Tools, yes.
Yeah, so I just want to, you can design the particular site to suit your course the way you want to teach it.
That's
add
right.
the particular components by pulling them off that list there?
That's right. And then you add the content that's behind the component, so to speak.
Okay, so there can actually be class content, I mean substantive material on the website also,
Absolutely.
not just procedural stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's go into the student view now if we could, and let's say if I'm a student taking a class in which the professor's using WebCT, what are the tools I have available to me?
Okay, I'll run through some of these tools. So first of all, now I'm in the student view, and you'll notice there's no more control panel. Now it's just course menu. This navigation bar on the left is visible the entire time. The kinds of tools, just running through them briefly here. I've set up one called orientation here. What this is a series of pages, web pages, that the instructor would create these pages, just the way they create handouts or what have you, save them as HTML pages and then load them into WebCT. I created these pages to just give students an orientation to how to use WebCT. So I've got examples of the different kinds of tools. If I click this next button, I'll step through a series of pages, more content.
Of course, class orientation to using WebCT from the student's perspective.
That's what I've created, but of course the faculty person would create stuff for their subject
so go back
matter.
to that home page and let's see some of the other choices. I get oriented once I start the class. What else can I do?
Okay, well I am clicking back to the home page, but what I will show you on the home page is, I'll just pop right to it because I'd opened it before.
Yeah, I saw you had a quiz section there, yeah.
So I clicked something called orientation quiz, and then I was given some directions of how to take a quiz. I could now take a quiz. This would be automatically graded, put in the grade book. And automatically graded, that means it's multiple choice, it's true, false. I'm going to answer a couple of these, and I'm just, I didn't even notice. I'm in the interest of time here.
Sure.
Maybe
so this happens to be a quiz about the orientation. It could be a quiz about the substantive content of the class also?
Absolutely.
All right, so let's show some of the other things. I know you can do the quiz. I saw there's like a discussion section in here.
Okay, if I get back to the home page here. I could have gone straight to discussions, by the way, on the left side, but I'll just go back to the discussion module. An important part of these courses would be discussions.
Among the students?
Among the students, where, well, the faculty person might say, okay, for this week I want you to read the content. Very important that you're already on the internet, where all those links to other research you could have. For this week's assignment, I want you to click the link. I want you to go read these pages. Now I want you to come back. I've posed a discussion question. I want you to put in your comments and thoughts on that discussion and respond.
So once again, a kind of news group metaphor, kind of threaded discussion among the students in the class.
Exactly.
All right, one other thing, I'm sorry to go quickly, but there's so much you can show in this. We only have a little bit of time. Show me the student progress part there, which is cool, where a student go in and kind of see where he or she stands in the class.
Okay. In terms of, I've got two things. One is my progress, they call it, and what my progress is going to show me, and the faculty person would see it for, of course, all students, is the pages that I've been to, the how many of these discussion board articles, they call them, that I've read, how many posts I've made, how many reply to students' posts. So if I, as a student, if I have read in the orientation and in the syllabus, you know, it's expected of me that I should
the student know where he or she is, lets the faculty person know where the student is also. Okay, and you guys as a college license this then to use this for the whole faculty?
It's a yearly license.
Great. Merle, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Pleasure.
For students and teachers in elementary school or middle school or high school, there is also a comprehensive online resource that provides a broad spectrum of educational services. The site is called bigchalk.com, and here to show it to us is Susan Collins. Hi, Sue.
Good morning.
All right, so let's say I'm a teacher now, but we did college, we did corporate, we did graduate and all that stuff. Now we're K through 12, and I want to use the internet to help me teach my class. What is available on Big Chalk to help me as a teacher?
Well, Big Chalk is a great collection of what you might think of as e-learning resources. And we actually think about this as an education community. So if you look at the home site, what you see is you see parents, library media specialists, students. So as a teacher, what you do is come into the teacher section and see the kinds of things we have available. So let me talk a little bit about what a teacher has to do every day, which is, you know, I have to think about what to do with my kids. So we have 12,000 lesson plans.
Wow, you can actually go in here and find lesson plans.
Go in here and find lesson plans, 12,000 of them by subject area, by grade level. A great help for teachers. In addition, we have supplementary curriculum, we have professional development, we have assessment. We have a number of different things that you can have free off the website. We also sell subscriptions to schools for research products that teachers use. So let me just show you our newest product, which is called Big Chalk Library. It's a great product because it does exactly what young researchers need to do. Helps them find the information quickly in multiple forms of media.
This would be for a student now trying to do a report for school?
Right. This is a teacher who said, I need my kids to learn X.
Okay.
So we're talking about environmental science. Why is the sky blue? Well, one of the advantages here is that it's a natural language search engine.
All right, so the student who has to respond to a teacher's request to prepare a report goes in here and can just say, why is the sky blue?
Why is the sky blue? They can pick the kinds of media they want. We have 7 different media types. There are thousands and thousands of different references
so
here.
Can you show us what kind of answer we'd get to that question?
Let me go in here and I just typed, why is the sky blue? Very natural language, and it timed out. So let me,
okay, we'll go again.
let me go in here and get this started again. Okay. We should come right back into Big Chalk Library. Ask the question, why is the sky blue?
Mm-hmm.
We'll check out my typing here.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to deselect books simply because you have a choice to select or deselect medium. We don't want anything that's big and long here. We just really want to know, why is the sky blue? So it comes back, it says there's 9 magazines, 9 newspapers, 37 magazines. And because I want something sort of simple and straightforward, let me just go to the pictures piece, because most kids want that kind of answer first.
Sure.
And lo and behold, the first article that comes up is, why is the sky blue?
It's kind of a search engine for students in school, really, to go find the stuff you need.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you another question. You actually do virtual field trips here that would help the teacher explain stuff, obviously, in a way you just can't do in the classroom?
We do. Let me give you an example. This is called CASKI, the Central America Sea Kayak Expedition. It's a 3-year, 5,000-mile expedition. We've joined these explorers in the second year after about 3,000 miles. What I brought up here is actually the teachers section, and you'll see there's lesson plans here again, class projects, there's
so the class will actually follow this real-world expedition, doing it online and learning from it there.
Right, they get updates from the explorers, they can email the explorers and ask questions, all of the above.
How about for parents, Sue? You have parents who get stuck with having to help their kids, obviously. I mean, the kid comes home and you realize it's 9:30 at night and there's a paper due tomorrow morning on whatever the subject is, and you don't know anything about it, and you want to help your son or daughter.
Right, so let's go back to just the front page here, because if you look up here in the sort of center, what you see is this great search engine that is web search. So your child comes home, Dad, I got to do a report on hippopotamuses. It's 8:45 at night. I actually don't know much about hippopotamuses. You can go in here, you can get linked to 150,000 pre-selected, academically good sites in 47,000 subjects.
Wow.
So it's a great homework
help.
So
it's great for parents, too.
Absolutely.
How about for the parent who is doing homeschooling? Can you get resources to help you do that here, too?
Well, let me just show you an example of one of the things you might do with a young reader. This is a story called The North Star Voyage. It's a trade book. It's used in classrooms. It's used by parents for assisting kids in learning where to go. This happens to be like 5-year-old to 10-year-old kids, and it's a wonderful story about finding yourself. They're teacher tips, but it also, I'm going to just show you one functionality that I think is really good.
So this might even be preschool, huh?
This could be preschool, because in this case you can actually use, this is a story, you can have it read to you.
A sweet breeze met the boy as he awoke to his journey.
So as we well know, I mean, 3-year-olds can deal with the internet and
right,
learn
they can do it,
also.
and they can listen. This way is an emergent reader where they're just learning to read. And we have questions in here so that it becomes an interactive online.
So a lot of it
offline.
is free.
A lot of it's free, but we also sell subscriptions to schools.
And it's bigchalk.com.
Bigchalk.com.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, that's our look at online education. I'll be back in just a moment with my pick of the week, a cool new way to carry around a PowerPoint presentation in your pocket. We'll be right back. Now for my pick of the week. If you travel a lot doing PowerPoint presentations, you're in the habit of lugging around a laptop computer. How else to do the presentation? Well, there is a better solution now. Believe it or not, you can carry around a full PowerPoint slideshow and present it from your little handspring visor. For visor owners who have been waiting for cool application modules, this is one of the best. It's called Presenter to Go, and what it lets you do is download PowerPoints from your computer to your visor using the syncing cradle. Then when you go on the next trip, no need to carry a laptop, just your visor. Presenter to Go includes the springboard module that slips into your visor. It has a VGA adapter cable that plugs into any VGA monitor or projector, and it comes with a remote control that you can use to switch slides. Just point it at the IR port of the visor, or just use the up and down buttons on the visor to advance or reverse slides. Even after the slides are in your visor, you can still modify your presentation, rename slides, delete slides, change slide order, even work on your slide notes. The Presenter to Go system will output full-color slides in up to 1024 by 768 resolution. Even with a 2 megabyte visor, you can store up to 100 slides. Presenter to Go is from a company called Margie Systems, and it sells for $299. That's it for this week's Computer Chronicles. Thanks so much for joining us. If you have any questions about anything you saw on this week's show, please check out our website at computerchronicles.org. Hope we'll see you here again next time. Computer Chronicles is made possible in part by PC to PC, the online computer migration service from PC First, moving files, applications, and preferences from your old computer to your new one. Additional support is provided by Upside Events, presenting the Digital Lifestyle Revolution Conference, where people and technology intersect.
To purchase a videotape copy of today's program, call toll-free 1-888-310-7850. Please specify the show number and the topic.
Next week on the Computer Chronicles, the secrets of online auctions. CNET's auction expert will give us tips on how to be a successful buyer or seller on eBay or any of the other auction sites. We'll show you AuctionWatch.com, a powerful tool for keeping track of many online auctions. Also, eSnipe, a kind of automated bidding tool, and Strong Numbers, one way to make sure you're not paying too much for that online goodie. And we'll tell you how to set up an online auction presence as a seller. The secrets of online auctions next week on the Computer Chronicles.